What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of Crypto Crew University. This is where we keep crypto simple. Today, we have an exciting video to get to. We had some big signals recently come into the market. Today, we're going to give the latest news on those signals. We have some good news and we have some bad news. If you guys are new here, join the movement. You definitely want to subscribe. Hit that button right now. Today we're going to start off by introducing you to Dorian. Dorian is part of the Crypto Crew. Dorian is from Europe. This is Dorian's success story after taking my classes. Dorian took the classes and he made 2 trades. One with TRX and one with Litecoin. And you guys can guess now in the comments how much you think Dorian made from these trades. We'll unveil it at the end of the video. But show some congratulations, show some support to Dorian. And Dorian, thank you for emailing me and telling me this. One point, Dorian, I changed the euros to dollars so that it's just a little bit easier for everybody to understand. But if you're wondering, it's pretty close. It's about 1.16. But guess now how much Dorian made. You guys know over the past week I have called as many of my students as I can. They all overwhelmingly have said the same thing. Steve, I wish everybody that watches your YouTube videos takes your classes because they're incredible. Thank you to everybody that I got to speak to, and they all say the same thing, that they treated my classes as an investment. If they invested in Bitcoin or Litecoin, they don't know if they were going to have a return, but they invested in my class and saw a return. They saw a 1x, a 2x, a 5x, a 10x return. So everything you need to sign up is linked down below. My personal email is there if you have further questions. I look forward to welcoming you in. At the end of the video, we'll cover what Dorian had profited from his trades. Now, a lot to get to in the video, guys. Again, we're going to talk about the big picture, small picture. We're also going to talk about a few altcoins that were voted from the last video. So if you don't have your altcoin covered today, you can comment and we can get the majority of who to cover next time. So let's start off with the small picture. Crypto Crew, we also have brand new lighting. Professional lighting and a new professional microphone. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this. Alright, small picture. We had talked about a few videos ago, we were in this situation with this candle, and we talked about if it closed above 6.5 that it would be an engulfing candle and it would mean we would head up. That's exactly what happened. We also talked about at that time the stochastics hadn't broken out yet. It hadn't made that cross to move up. And we were talking about if we got this engulfing candle, the stochastics, our momentum, would be following suit. So that's exactly what's happened. And we actually, if you zoom in here, we've had another engulfing candle right here, which is why we continued up. However, we are met at a critical level that we're going to jump into on the next chart. Before we get to that, we have to talk about what's going on with the RSI here. We have been under this critical level. Again, we're on the daily chart here on Coinigy. This critical level on the daily chart is about 46.9, almost 47, and we have been below that for 40 days. 40 days, and we've tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. We've gotten rejected each time. As we continue this up momentum here, if we pass this next level, which we're going to talk about, look for us to test this in the coming week, and we're going to see what Bitcoin is made of if we have enough momentum. Talking about momentum, our momentum has been rising since our previous videos and is getting towards the 80 mark. The 80 mark is when we start to lose momentum. So we need to watch the momentum closely. Again, if we pass this 80 mark, it's a great sign. We could stay above it for up to 10 days. So we need to pay attention to what kind of mustard do we have behind this move. This move, if we zoom out, it's sort of similar to our bottoming action back in this previous move. So we need to see how this plays out. What happens with our momentum? Are we going to pass this level? Now, let's zoom out and we're going to look at the big picture, and then we're going to jump back in to a different chart. The big picture and the big signal that recently came in is we broke market structure. We broke this 6,004. Not a good sign for the short term. Again, in the long term, in the big picture, we're in a great position, guys. We've already had a 70% decline. The worst is really behind us. I know this seems like it's a never-ending story with these downturns. This downturn lasted 40 days. Our previous downturn lasted about 36, and this downturn lasted about 30. So they're getting a little bit longer. However, the percentage down is getting less. This was, off the top of my head, roughly about 30%, and this dropped to about 25%. This down move from here to here, and our most recent is less. So we are turning a corner, so to speak. If you want to look for the positive news, it's right there. The worst is behind us. Now let's jump into a different chart so we can see. This is the same Bitcoin chart, just at the 6 hours, so that we can see this trend that we have here, and we're met at a critical resistance level, which is right at about 6,800. You can see it over all of these candles that we formed here, as well as our previous candles holding here. So 6,800, I want to see us get above that. That's that next level that I want to see us get above. Again, when we're looking at a more critical level for us to get above, again, what we've been talking about for a handful of videos now is this level, 7,750. If we get above this level, I'm pretty happy. The reason is that will mean that we've gotten above this resistance on the RSI, and that we're looking to change the trend. Okay, again, we broke the trend here with this lower low. We broke market structure. So that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. 6,800, keep that level in mind. 7,750, if we pass that, we're doing pretty well, and we need to be excited about that. Would be a nice move up if we pass that level of resistance. It's a very critical level. Now let's jump into some other coins. We've got a couple other altcoins to cover today. We're going to start with EOS, highly voted by the comments. Again, if you want to see your coin covered, write it in the comments. We'll take the majority. EOS, what we're seeing here, we've got a critical level with EOS on the daily chart with the RSI at about 38. All right, this is held as a critical level over the history of EOS. So as we zoom in here, we are holding right on that level as support. We don't want to break through and have that as resistance. We want to continue to hold above this level on the daily chart. Our stochastics seems to be losing some momentum. We're kind of consolidating. We're going sideways in the stochastics right now, which is following trend, holding on this support level. So this support level is really holding us there, and it's trying to decide where it's going to go. You can see this straight consolidation here, and it's oddly enough right in between the 100-day and the 200-day, almost as a squeeze. So we're going to see how this plays out. I believe on the Bollinger Bands there's also a squeeze pattern forming. So we're going to see which way this breaks. Again, it's more than likely going to follow what the break of Bitcoin is. If Bitcoin breaks above 6,008 and starts to move up towards that 7.7, look for this to break in a positive manner and follow suit, heading up to this resistance level on the daily for the upper limit, which is about 60. So you can see in the history of EOS, those two levels on the daily RSI have proven to be significant. Next up, one of the more powerful coins as of late, Binance. This project I've been excited about for a long time. Those of you that have been my students many months ago, I was talking about Binance back here, specifically in my intermediate class, because of one reason. If you look at the overall space of crypto, you have to ask yourself, who's going to dominate? who is positioned to dominate. And no matter when you looked at Binance, if you understand what they are doing in this space and the position they hold, how fast they're growing, and what other industries, sectors of crypto they're getting into, they are going to dominate years from now. They're just well positioned. So this is a project that I'm excited about. They have some great projects in the pipeline, and they have held incredibly strong during this rocky road that we've had the past 40 days. Look at what they've done the past 40 days. However, we're starting to look at, we may have had a double top short term. Okay, we may have seen our RSIs pointing downwards. We may be coming back to find support here, and we may come back to find support on the 50-day. So the short term, maybe we've got some pullbacks in the works, definitely needed. Again, the entire space has seen a pretty drastic dip the past 40 days. Binance has held very strong. In fact, they're still above the 50-day, and the 50-day is above the 200-day. You can see our momentum. We're starting to have some falling action potentially across in the momentum. So keep an eye on the short term. However, if you take a zoom out and you look at the space of crypto, and I said this to all my students back here, I think Binance was at about a 22 on the top 100, and in my mind they're a top 10. They're a top 10 coin just based on what they're doing in the space, guys. If you look at the big picture trends, the writing's on the wall. I think now they're maybe at a 15 or 16 or 14. They're somewhere around there, but they're climbing. I expect a year from now they should be in the top 10. That's where they belong. I like Binance. Okay, next coin, Ontology. We're going to look at Ontology in a little bit different light. We're going to look at it on CoinMarketCap. The reason is there's just not enough data for us to really throw some RSI and some stochastics and moving averages. We just don't have enough data yet. And again, this is a skill set that I want everybody to be able to look at a chart and quickly understand what's going on. The first thing I'm going to tell you, and the thing that jumps out at me, let me give you a scenario that often plays out in crypto or in any industry. If you look at previous to the breakout, what was the market structure previous to the breakout? This was a clear breakout here where we went on a run. Market structure, we had pretty strong resistance at around $5. What normally happens in situations like this, you have to look to the side of market structure, and that's where, after we go on a run up, that's generally where we correct to. So if you're patient, you may be able to pick up Ontology at $5. All right, it's not going to happen in the next couple of days, right? But if you're patient the next few months, this is a price point you want to keep in mind, because generally speaking, our market structure usually holds true when you're in a consolidation period or a downtrend. So again, when you're trading, to be a successful trader, you have to follow the trend. You have to follow the trend. We're in a clear downtrend here. There's no arguing that. And we're still waiting for it to potentially bottom. And maybe we've had our bottom. We had potentially a double bottom here at just about $5.50. And here at 580, so that could act as our short-term double bottom. We'll have to see how it plays out, but again, I'm still eyeing that $5 mark. Okay, so that's what we see in the market. Let me know what coins you would like to cover in the next videos. We're going to try to cover as many altcoins as we can, because when we did feedback for our channel, that was one thing that you guys really wanted. Steve, please cover more altcoins. Let's jump back here to Bitcoin and let's summarize real quick, because Bitcoin is going to drive everything else in the entire market. It's very critical that we understand what to look for here. So the levels again, 6,008 and 7,750. in between these levels, 7,000 is going to be a critical barrier. Anytime you reach a big even number, it's very critical. And again, what I would recommend, don't follow the news. Again, emotion is a money killer. You have to remove emotion to be successful. Unfortunately, 90% of investors fail, and they fail because of two reasons, and two reasons only. One, emotion. They can't control emotion. And number two, strategy. They don't have a good strategy. So if you can do those two things very well, you're going to be in that 10% barrier. Okay? So my job, my passion, my motivation, my dedication is to get you in that 10%. So it's very difficult to control emotion. It's relatively easy to do the research and study and take classes to get a powerful strategy. Well, emotion is very difficult. So I would like to make a couple announcements to the crypto crew. The first thing we got to do is unveil what Dorian made with his two trades. We're going to see who is the closest. We're going to unveil the first one. Again, this is Dorian's success story. Show some positivity and support to Dorian in the comments. We're going to go here and unveil. This is what Dorian made with TRX over a 2-week span, just using the strategies learned in class. $692. That's phenomenal. Dorian, congratulations. That's a great profit there in 2 weeks. We're going to unveil this one. I'm impressed. Dorian, this brings a smile to my face. I love teaching, especially hearing success stories and from everybody I call. I love this. So Dorian, $1,310 profit with this trade that you made with Litecoin over 3 weeks. Congratulations. I want to see some congratulations to Dorian in the chat. I love seeing this. You guys loved hearing about Noah in the previous videos with his success stories as well. Again, treat these classes like an investment and see a return on your investment. According to my students, everybody needs to take my classes. So again, all the links are down below. A couple more announcements to make. Yes, I want to hear about the lights. What do you guys think about the lights and the microphone? Thumbs up. Another thing, editor position. Still looking for an editor to join our growing team and community here at Crypto Crew University. Applicants are still open. There are a couple prospects that are moving ahead in this race, and it's very exciting. I'm very excited to bring somebody on and start making our videos even better here on YouTube and the classes as well. Last but not least, oh, this is so exciting. On our website, cryptocrewuniversity.com, which is linked below, we now have over 100 reviews from students, and the average rating is 5 stars. It's just freaking incredible. That makes me so happy that so many people are seeing success. And again, I loved hearing your voices and meeting you guys on the phone over the past week. And especially I email all my students constantly. So nobody is a number to me. Everybody is a name and now a voice as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you. 100 reviews with an average score of 5 stars. That's incredible. So again, let me know what coins you would like covered. We'll get them covered in the next video. And I hope everybody in the crypto crew is having a beautiful day and continue to stay positive during these times. Again, this has been a 40-day correction. It's more than likely we're starting to turn a corner, and it's more than likely we're going to see some kind of movement here in the coming 1 to 2 weeks. So be patient. I know it's been crazy, but just be patient, and we'll keep you up to date. Thank you guys for your support and all the thumbs up and the positive comments. You guys are awesome. We'll see you in the next video. Peace and love, everybody.